Hey everyone, in this video I'll show how to create an example pop-up in Formula in just a few minutes. All accounts can create a pop-up, and to get started, just go to Automation and click on Pop-ups. Up at the top, you'll click on the blue Create Pop-up button, and this takes you to the template library where you can select your template. Keep in mind for most of these, you can totally customize the appearance, including font sizes, the photograph used, background colors, the type of call to action button used, and so on. So when you're looking for a template, you can select one that is for the specific task you're looking for, like selecting an email template for making an email subscriber pop-up, or you can just look for a template that has a general look or structure that you would like to start from. And while you're selecting a template, over here on the left side, notice that you'll pick the pop-up style that you want to use. There's a light box for a pop-up that appears in the center of the page, a corner style, and that's a pop-up that slides in from the left or right corner. And there's also a website bar that you can use for a top or bottom bar notification. For today's example, I'll make a top bar that mentions free shipping on orders over $50. So you can make bars that are pretty ornate, as you can see from these templates here. But I'll look for one that isn't very cluttered for just a simple free shipping message. So I'll start with this template here for a blog post since it's nice and clean to start with. When I click on it, I'm taken to the Step 2 Customize tab automatically. And here you see a preview of the pop-up that you're making. And over on the left is all the fields and options for customizing. I'll start by adding my own photo. So I'll click on the image field and I've got an image of a shipping truck that I want to use. This picture fits perfectly here, but you can choose a different layout option to enable other controls like size and position if needed. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that there's a separate editor for the desktop and mobile version of the pop-up that you're making. You can switch back and forth by clicking on these mobile and desktop icons here in the upper right. Some pop-ups have a different orientation for mobile devices, so sometimes you'll want to use a completely different photograph for the mobile version. I'll upload the photo again for the mobile pop-up. Now, it works great on the mobile version as well in this example. Just remember, though, that if you need to use a completely different photo, you can definitely do that. Now, I'll go back to the desktop version and I'll start editing the text that's on the pop-up. So I'll put in free shipping available. Now, there's a drop-down menu where I can select from tons of different fonts. So you can have a look at that menu if you want to change the font's family. And you can also change the font size if you want it larger or smaller. And you can control the font weight, which sets how vivid the text is compared to the background. Now I'll edit the smaller text. I'll put for domestic orders that total over $50. Now this text has the same ability to adjust the font family, the font size, and the font weight as well. Now moving on down to the button, you have the ability to customize the button text as well. I'll change it to Shop Now. Now for this button, I can change the text color that appears on the button, and I can change the background color for the button as well. And below that is where you set the button action. So for my free shipping bar, I just want the bar to close if someone clicks on the button. So close pop-up, the default is perfect. But I can also pick send visitor to URL if I wanted to send them to a product page maybe. And there's also a click to call button action if you're making a call for appointment sort of message, and a click to chat button action as well. Moving down, you can select the display location depending on the type of pop-up that you are making. So for a bar type of pop-up, it will let you pick between a top or a bottom bar. I want mine on top, so we'll leave that saying top. And moving to the step 3 audience tab, here you can set up display rules for filters for where you want the pop-up to appear. So that's in case you want to have the pop-up appear on just a specific page or condition. Now, I want this pop-up to appear throughout the site, so I don't need to set up any rules here. Going to the step 4 advanced tab, you can set up rules for when the pop-up displays. For how often should we display this pop-up, it's set to once per visit by default. That means a visitor will see the pop-up every time they come in a new visit. But let's say you don't want an important message to be closed, like maybe you're making a website maintenance message or a closed for the holidays message, and you want that message to keep appearing every time a visitor goes to a new page. Then you can switch that to always appear if you want it. Next is how long the visitor is on the page before the pop-up appears. You can set the number of seconds here, or you can change the trigger from time-based to on-scroll. On-scroll means the pop-up will not appear until the visitor starts scrolling down the page. There's a few more options further below as well, like displaying if the user has already interacted with it. It's no by default because a lot of the times you don't want the pop-up to keep appearing. Say you're making an email subscriber pop-up, for example, if they already signed up, you don't want that to keep popping up as they're going from page to page on your site. But again, if you have an important message that you need to constantly appear, you can change that to yes here if you wanted to. And I'll actually set mine to yes, just since I want that free shipping offer as a constant reminder while they're moving throughout my site. All right, so we are all done with this pop-up. Now up top, we just need to give our pop-up a name. Now this is not something that the visitor sees, it's just for your reference. So you can easily find the right pop-up later if you need to make changes or pause it. I'll call it free shipping. And now I can click on save if I just want it saved but not showing on my website yet, or I can hit publish if I want it appearing right away. And there's also a schedule button right next to the publish button. And you can use this to schedule when you want the pop-up to appear. So if you have a limited time message like temporary maintenance or limited time sale, you can set when the pop-up will first appear and then when it will no longer run. All right, so I click on publish and here it is appearing on my test site. That's it for creating an example pop-up in Formula. If you run into any trouble while making your own, or if you have any questions, feel free to start a quick chat with us on our website or send us an email to support@Formilla.com.